The movie Wire. The movie Wire. The movie Wire. The movie
Hey, how's it going? This is JT with another episode of The Movie Wire. Today we're going to talk about the Netflix series True Story, starring Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes. True Story came out around the time of Thanksgiving a few days ago, so I had some time to check out the entire seven-part series in a couple sittings, and I really enjoyed this series. I really enjoyed the layers that was portrayed in Kevin Hart's character, who was based off of Kevin Hart in real life, a successful comedian dealing with the trials and tribulations of fame. The story was very believable, and it was obviously illustrating the challenges in the world of celebrity and fame. And I'm pretty sure it's based off of a lot of situations that celebrities have encountered. Now, Wesley Snipes was a great role in playing the brother. He really sold us as the brother who was, there's always a family member who can cause trouble and gets into all kinds of situations that can affect people around him. And by Kevin Hart being being the famous brother, um, Wesley Snipes' character named Carlton was he was basically a liability to Kevin Hart's celebrity. But you know how it is when you're looking out for family, you're willing to do anything for them. However, we all know that being a celebrity, you're basically a product, you're basically a property, and people around you who work for you are living off of your decisions. They're making money off of your value, and everything you do as a celebrity affects the people who work for you and work around you and your entourage. And I really enjoyed this show on really how realistic things can happen within, within a blink of an eye. Your status as a celebrity is very sensitive and very delicate. And basically, as a celebrity, when you reach a certain status, you're no longer a person, but you're just like I said, you're a property. And there are people around you who are trying to keep this machine going. And basically, as a celebrity, Kevin Hart's character dealing with a lot of issues that affected him, his entourage had to kind of just go with it. And, I appreciate that they really fleshed out all the roles that come with people who are famous, like all the people who are attached to them, like the bodyguard, the manager, the accountant, and even the fans. Now, we all have a favorite celebrity that we emulate or that we may favor. So this show helps you to understand what could that celebrity be going through. Think about your favorite actress, actor, or comedian or athlete, and what are they going through as a person? Like, what's their daily life? Now, a lot of us are not as obsessed with people of that stature, but this show really gives you a microscopic view of Kevin dealing with fans who just really want to meet him, and he has to be this person, this he has to have this certain appeal to people at all times, or as soon as he is displaying himself as a human being, he gets backlash. And that's one of the conundrums of, of course, being a celebrity is these are real people and they have real issues, and they're human beings. But I just enjoyed the way, we saw Kevin Hart's character dealing with the realities of fame, the hardships. There was a crime involved, and he had to, you know, the cost of the cover up is what really got to me with this whole show, and the cost of having to erase things and to having to protect his celebrity status was worth more than almost his value. And you know, I really appreciate. I just really, it was really exciting or really suspenseful how things were handled while he was trying to cover up things that were going to affect his business and affect his life. And like I said, Wesley Snipes' character was very colorful character. He looked out for his brother. Very, like I said, Wesley Snipes he's obviously a veteran actor, so he brought a lot to the table with some of his issues, and always using his brother as an excuse for how he needed him to bail him out of situations and what have you. But these are things that happen with celebrities, and these are things that happen when someone makes it out the hood or makes it out of when someone makes it, they have to bring along the family with them, and even down to the point where they got to bail out certain people that are attached to them because cousin Roro might have, you know, he might have been the guy who protected you from bullies, or he helped you walk, or we always have that IOU concept when people make it like, oh yeah, you owe me this because I helped you get here, and there's always a thin line. There's always that balance that we need to make, and there's always, it's like people need to learn how to set boundaries even with family members. So I think this show basically showed you the kind of boundaries are that need to be displayed between Kevin or Kid and his brother Carlton, because throughout the series, and mind you, some of these are spoilers. Throughout the series, Carlton was obviously becoming a liability to Kid's celebrity. And things got so out of hand, there was no way to cover up something completely. Whenever they tried to cover up a situation, it was always sparked by something else that need to be covered up as well. That's the thing. You cannot 100% cover up everything. You know, Things will eventually come out to the light, no matter how much you try to ignore them or cover them up. And that's one of the lessons that this show displayed. And I mean, yeah, you need to suspend belief in some parts of it, but like I said, by this being a 7 episode series, it really gave you a inside depth at all the different things that are affected by, or things that can affect someone's fame and someone's celebrity status. There's a very poignant scene where, like I said, once again, these are spoilers. There's a very poignant scene where Kevin Hart's character freezes on stage, and your heart just drops because you know what's going to happen, because someone tells him about what they saw him do right before he gets on stage. And so you know exactly, like you feel the weight of Kid as soon as he walks up on stage, and he gets up on stage at this huge arena and freezes. He's supposed to be a comedian, and so your heart just drops for him. Now, like I said, the thing about celebrities is that they're not perfect, but they have a responsibility to maintain a machine, a well-oiled machine that's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. So Kevin Hart's character, he's pretty level-headed. However, there are a lot of issues that come into play, and a lot of key players, including his brother, and he has to think about his family. He has to think about the well-being of his entourage. He has to think about, his money. So there's a lot of things that we need to consider when making decisions. And as a celebrity, they have to make decisions every day that's going to affect the people around them. And like I said, it was exciting. Like I said, there were parts that were fun to watch because you were put in the back seat, in the driver's seat of his celebrity, of him doing things and making appearances, and how he handles fans and how he deals with children. And I think, to me, one of the most heartwarming scenes is when he's in the hospital talking to a child who's dealing with cancer. And to me, that was a very just touching scene. Mind you, spoiler alert again, he had just killed somebody previously, and it just really illustrated how a celebrity has to turn themselves on right after they deal with real life situations. And how many people are able to do that? How many people are able to have to or are forced to turn on the switch of being a celebrity versus their real self? You can feel crummy one day, and then you got to turn on your celebrity light because you have to make an appearance or take photos. Um, and however, in this day of social media, it's it's in this day of social media, it's much harder for celebrities to to just not have their personal lives exposed. And that's why I think this was such a realistic movie, because it really delved into all the little details of how a celebrity's real life can be exposed, whether it's through TMZ or through social media. And it costs so much just to hide things now. It costs so much just to keep things under wraps. But like I said, it was a very, like I said, it's a very realistic and suspenseful show that really illustrated all the different avenues of celebrity and all the different avenues of kid and his brother having to hide things away from the public knowing them, and him even having to hide things away from his own entourage to protect them. And like I said, I really enjoyed the movie, or I enjoyed the show. I really enjoy Netflix when they have a limited series on their platform, because with a limited series, it's going to end in a few episodes. You don't have to worry about various seasons. You don't have to worry about waiting for a new season. You don't have to worry about cliffhangers, because you know that pretty much you can just watch this show in a few sittings and it'll be all over. And like I said, this is to me this is Kevin Hart's best work as an actor. Like I said, I'm not a real Kevin Hart fan as far as a comedian from a comedian standpoint, but I do respect his hustle. I respect his work ethic. I respect his business sense. I do think he is, he's pretty much a a real business person who knows what he needs to do to keep his brand fresh. Like I said, I'm more of a Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock fan as far as comedy is concerned. However, I respect Kevin Hart's hustle. I respect that he goes in different avenues of business and knows how to just keep his brand afloat, and how to he knows how to keep his work fresh. And like I said, I saw his documentary recently and about his real life and a lot of things that he was dealing with, and yeah, I really respect him for just how he handles his business. So, like I said, I really enjoyed this series, and I'm a Wesley Snipes fan from back in the day, ever since the Bad video, ever since Passenger 57, New Jack City. It was good seeing Wesley in a current body of work that's mainstream. I haven't seen Wesley in a long time, and he still has his acting chops. He's a true veteran at his craft, and he really brought, probably more than Kevin, he really brought his character to the table as the brother who is protective of his brother, however, is a liability at the same time. So much love to Wesley Snipes. And, I really enjoyed him also in White Man Can't Jump. But like I said, Wesley looked good. He looked like, he was in good shape. So, like I said, this was a great show, great performances by Theo Rossi playing Gene, playing the fan. I really respected how he just portrayed that one fan that just is obsessed with the celebrity, and that whole storyline about Gene that was really touching. That part was amazing. So, like I said, all the different players, all the different components, the bodyguard. I can't remember his name right now, but I know he played Lala in Black Lightning, which was an amazing role. Um, his bodyguard, amazing role. I really enjoyed watching him in this series, and as well as Black Lightning. So, with that being said, this is JT with the Movie Wire, and I'll catch you later on the next episode. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Movie Wire. Subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our next episode. We'll see